Hey guys, it's Babypowder, and today is Sunday, which means, hey, it's time for another mailbox clean out. This week we are on week 9 of our cleanouts. Again, with these, it's part of the 200 run series I have going on, where we run a dungeon 200 times, and then we look over the loot that we received from that dungeon, and then we add it to our sales each week. We only add one though, so even if we get ahead, which of course you guys know we are ahead, we actually just completed Mechanar last night. Well, I completed it today. We were almost complete last night after stream, which if you guys are interested, I do run these runs on stream. There's a link down below for my Twitch. You guys can come join in. We do lax and it makes it a little bit more fun. You can also see these items drop live, and of course you can just join the chat and just see it done live if you wish, but I always love having people join in and do lax as well. It just makes it more competitive, more fun. But anyway, we do only add one dungeon to ourselves each week, although if we get ahead. Like this week we added Mana Tombs, and we added that to ourselves, but we are all the way down getting ready to start Stone Core tonight on stream. So we are way ahead, which I like being ahead just in case there's a week that comes up that I can't get one of these dungeons done that week. It doesn't leave us trying to hurry up and get it done and rush to get those items up on the auction house and also do the video for the loot, all that good stuff. So definitely want to keep staying ahead, also in case we also have a dungeon that takes a lot longer. But anyway, with all that being said, let's just review. We did last week, we did BRD. We added that to our loot. We made 193,950 gold that week. That's not to be confused saying that BRD gave us that amount of gold, because we are still seeing sales from the previous dungeons. It's just to kind of track how our sales are building and how our sales are going throughout the week after adding said dungeon and adding another 200 runs worth of loot. So with that, we have now made 1,415,259 gold. The goal, of course, is gold cap, which is 10 million gold. We are doing this with two different realms, Proudmore and Thrall. So far, they are kind of neck and neck. Proudmore's brought in a little bit more gold for us, but it's right there, within about 100,000 gold with each other. Now, with that, they are still working together. It's not like before where we're like, oh, which realm's doing better. No, they do trade items between each other to try to reach the common goal of gold cap. With that, we have made majority of our gold with transmog, because of course we're just running dungeons. We have made some material gold, and actually it wasn't too bad. Last week we actually had 65,000 in materials, and that's probably mostly because of BRD. We had like the dark iron ore, and things of that sort, giving us extra gold. We also had the blood of the mountain, which was a pretty decent chunk of gold as well, making that number a little bit higher. We haven't really seen numbers that high from material since our very first run, which was Dire Mall East, which we did on purpose to get that material gold, and that was almost 80,000 gold. Other than that, you can see we've only made 211,000. We've done all these dungeons, so we've really not made much as far as materials. Iron Docks actually gave us a little bit with the auction control modules, but other than that, nothing really from any of the other areas. But anyway, guys, let's go ahead and jump right into it and go ahead and take a look at our very first bank alt, which is going to be our low value bank alt on Proudmore. Go ahead and get that pulled up here. Actually, I jumped on the high value trans. I did it again. Oh no. Oh well, we'll just go ahead and go with it here and see exactly what it looks like, and then we'll do low value, then high value. But anyway, high value transmog, first bank tune up here. Let's go ahead and take a look, and we've got 5,416 gold. Oh, that's really low for a high value transmog bank tune. Sales actually have seemed, even across with my other realms, you don't see I am making gold with my old realms. That's why we're actually doing like 240 runs when we do these runs. I do 40 runs for my old realms, where I'm actually still posting stuff and making gold. And with that, you know, I've seen this week has been really slow. So hopefully we do have some big sales somewhere in here, but it may be kind of low. And, you know, we do have the new, you know, plunder item or event going on. So our plunder storm going on. So that might be somewhat of a cause of it. I did hear from in stream the other night, somebody else mentioned that slows seem kind of slow this week. So it could be affecting a lot of people. Not everybody, but could be affecting a lot of people. Anyway, though, we do have a Staff of the Blessed Seer. Kind of low for that item, but still, it's not, you know, I mean, it's low, but it's not the worst case scenario. I mean, it's only like a 50,000 item, I think, with value. So it's not like a 100,000 item and we're only getting 3,000 gold or something like that. But Staff of the Blessed Seer, that comes from BFD. And then just some of the rings. So nothing really major about those. You know, I do, they are overvalued. The Poland pendants, I believe those came from Drac there and Keep. But yeah, I think those are neck pieces. But yeah, not too bad starting out. And actually, I'm slacking a little bit here, guys. I forgot to pull my sheet up at the other screen here, so just give me a second to get that so I can record this over, and we'll keep it moving. All right, so high value only made 5,416 gold. And it could be it's just a, you know, bad week. You will see that. You'll see good weeks possibly. Hopefully after this bad week we'll have a good week. Last week seemed kind of, I mean, kind of low too compared to how we were increasing. So hopefully we have a good week coming up. All right, let's go ahead and switch over to our high value transmog now. Let's see what we got, or low value. It was supposed to be low value then high, but we're doing it backwards this time. Loaded in here, and all right, so and of course we do 100 runs on our Alliance tune and 100 runs on our Horde tune, and that's how the loot pretty much gets divvied out. But it could be that we actually trade some from one to the other. But anyway, here's our low value bank tune for Proudmore here. So we've got 17,881, so we at least made more gold on our low value bank tune. Let's see, vine wrap stuff that came from the Iron Docks when we did that. So did the Insight, so we're still selling some of the Iron Dock stuff. Arcane staff, maybe Drac Theron Keep, maybe, I'm not 100% on that one. War paint legs, BFD I believe. Let's see here, man dragon robes, just that's still just the low stuff. Saltstone helm, that actually most likely came from RFD, because we haven't actually done the new loot from our runs from Dire Maul yet. We did do Dire Maul a long time ago, but I don't think I really had any Saltstone or much left from, you know, that anyway. Grunt's legs, BFD. Let's see here. The Exolarian blade is really low, but that came from Mana Tombs. Grunt's cape, that also I believe is BFD or one of those dungeons there. Not bad though for that one, 49. And I mean, those are the best ones we actually have, is the Grunt's legs and the Grunt's cape. Everything else sold really low, but we sold, you know, pretty good amount, 14 items. So we'll go ahead and add that in up here. Keyboard 17,881. All right, let's go ahead and clean that out, and then we'll check our materials. Now we may actually have some we will actually have some material sales from Mana Tombs, since that's the one we added this week, just because of the Corium, the other bars and stuff we made. We got, you know, moats for primals, so all that stuff will come into play here with our sales with material. So at least it will help back us up a little bit with our transmog sales being so low, because we're only at 23,000 right now, so it's really bad. All right, so we got 10,138 gold, and we sold our Corium bars, 7 of them for 5,000, almost 6,000 gold. Not too bad, almost 1,000 gold a piece. Primal Shadow, 56 of them for 2,300. Again, Primal Shadow, 1,300 for 28. And then just some other minor, you know, gems and things like that. You know, Primal Earth and small 2 stack of Primal Fire, almost 1,000 gold. Not too bad for only 2 of them, though. And of course, that's only because of when we mine stuff. We actually got the other primals. But there are actual shadow mobs in there that gave us the, the primal shadow. That's why that one's higher than the others. All right, so 10,138. Let's go and clean that out. And then we're going to go ahead and switch on over to our Horde Tune. And it's going to be nice after we get this done, because we'll actually be able to add in our RFK loot and get that up on the auction house. So hopefully we'll see some sales with those items. All right, let's do low value this time. Let's do it in the right order. Let's look at the low value stuff. All right, so low value bank 2 Thrall, and about the same as Proudmore, actually a little bit more. They had 17,881. We have 17,926 on Thrall. 12 items, but less items sold, so we actually got a little bit better value with Thrall. So that's nice. Gold Thorn Tea, still selling those patterns from RFD. They're guaranteed. You can get one every single run. Unfortunately, we only collected like 10 of them when we did it. 1,000 gold. Now it's a small amount of gold, but they're selling pretty good. I mean, you see, we sold like 3 of them here. Another one for 1,000 gold here. This one, again, 1,000 gold. They're all right there at 1,000 gold. Let's see here. We sold some of the books from Diorama. These ones really low, right below 1,000, and this one sold for almost 4,000. Still kind of low compared to what we've sold them for in the past. I mean, we even had one opening here, on these videos where we collected one that was like in the 30,000 range. But a lot of times I can sell them mostly around 17, 10,000. When I sell them at a good price. But yeah, here on Thrall, it seems like they do like to sell pretty low. Again, we have another one down here for 3,000. Although I think it was, if I remember right, I think it was Thrall that it sold for like 30,000 one time. So, but yeah, on average, it seems like they sell really low here. Anyway, let's see here. We also got Purple Smoke Flare that came from Manitoum, so we did actually sell another item from Manitoums, and not too bad for that item. I mean, that pattern's only like right above the 5,000 mark, and we're selling it for getting close to 4,000, so it's nice when they're that close. Let's see here, a couple other really small ones. Creeper Claw Bow, of course, that came from WAD, really low though. Steadfast stuff. So yeah, not bad. A lot of those Gold Thorn Tea patterns and the books from Diorama. All right, let's go ahead and put that in on our sheet here. Of course, you really get excited about the sales on the high value too, more so than this low value stuff. But you do sometimes see something sell for a really nice value, and it can be pretty exciting. Again, sales have been pretty slow this week, so if we can even get close to 100,000, I'd probably be happy. Although most times I'm looking for 200,000 or above at this point with how we've been growing in sales. So let's see here. All right, let's go ahead and take a look. Hopefully we got some sales. Still kind of low compared to what we've been seeing. 23,865. Only 2 items sold though, so not too bad for only 2 items. We sold the Barbaric Loincloth for 20,000. Not too bad. I think we sold one the other week for a little, actually cheaper than that, and that's about half the value of it, so it's not a horrible sell. We sold one of the learned Deviant Hatchlings for almost 4,000 gold, so definitely not as valued as the unlearned version here. You see it's at like 36. So you see the learned version is only at 8,000. So although that, you could say, well, you should be putting down low value, but really, I mean, I'm selling both of them on here. It's no point in me selling like learned and unlearned on different tunes, so that's why I just kept it here at the high value. But yeah, so not too bad, seeing that it's right at about half the value. I'll definitely take that. I mean, half the value is still not horrible. It's when it gets to where it's below that, and even below like a third, it's when you're like, oh man, it's really selling cheap. But anyway, 23,865. Thrall definitely did better than Proudmore, but really none of them really did much this week. But this has been a slow week. So I'm just gonna, try to look on the bright side. It's a slow week this week. Maybe next week will be better. And we're adding a new dungeon, so maybe that'll help out. And we didn't really, get too much from Mana Tombs, as you guys may recall. So, although a lot of the times, we are falling back on a lot of the stuff we've previously farmed. So, anyway, we've got our materials bank alt, our last bank alt. This is our materials bank alt for Thrall. Let's go ahead and take a look. And we actually made more than we made on Proudmore. So 13,492 gold. We sold some Primal Shadow, 82 of them for 3,400. Hardened Adamantite bar, 85. Corium bars, sold 10 of them. So we actually had a little bit more Corium. So 8,000 gold for that. Let's see, Eternium bars 12, and that's right, we did actually have Eternium bars where we didn't have any of these on the Alliance, so that added a little bit more. And the only reason why that is because if you guys watched the loot video, we were actually mining that like second boss on the Alliance tune, but we are only mining the nodes on our Horde tune, and we only did the nodes on the Horde tune to try to like catch up to the Alliance, and I didn't realize, with that, maybe I should have just mined the boss again, because I didn't realize we were going to get the Eternium. But either way, it worked out. We made a little bit of gold for the time. So 13,492. Again, we could have been mining the whole time, everything, but I just decided to skip Adamantite mostly. Other than, like I said, it was like 10 runs or something, or not even 10 runs. Just because somebody mentioned they thought that maybe I could get Corium from that second boss, so that's why I kind of started, and I was just testing it out. But it really seemed like it was only dropping Adamantite when you mined him. So if you have anything to add to that, if you have actually mined that boss and you've seen Corium, drop for whatever reason, I wouldn't assume that it should. I mean, mention something in the comments definitely to enlighten all of us. But anyway, 13,492. Got it added into our sheet. We'll go ahead and clean that out. Let's go ahead and that's the last one, so we can log out. Let's go ahead and pull our sheet back up so we can take a look at everything and see what we got here this week. All right, so transmog, we made 65,088 gold compared to, so it's about half what we made last week, almost half. that's bad. It's going down. And even last week, I think we were, almost 100,000 less than what we made the week before. So 65,088. And of course, our materials are actually below by about 40,000 what we made last week. So just, low everywhere. Although we, couldn't assume to make as much in materials. Didn't even make 100,000 gold this week. Only made 88,718 gold. Not our worst week. Our worst week was actually here with Sunwell. Granted, though, Darmall East, our first week, really was 80,000 of that was just the materials. So it wasn't like we really made a huge amount with that, but it's still pretty impressive with our first 2 weeks. But at this point, our sales were constantly growing. When we stepped into RFD, we were up over 100,000. Then we went up about 40,000. Then we went up about 40,000. Then we had a really good week, and we went up over 300,000. Went down to right below 300,000, and then this was where we kind of want to be, is around the 200,000 range at this point. But we did Mana Tombs, and it's been kind of slow, so I'm just going to chop it up to that. Hopefully next week we'll just see maybe people trickling back in from Plunderstorm, and we'll see sales go up, or whichever. Maybe people just took a week off from WoW for whatever reason, or people just weren't interested in buying anything. So that does happen. You have good weeks, you have bad weeks. No matter really how much you farm, how much you get with this stuff, that can happen. But anyway, that does put us now at 1.5 million, 1,503,977 gold. So far, we've made with transmog alone 1,268,000. With materials, we have now made 235,000. We have with Proudmore, we made 33,435 gold this week. That's really low. Sometimes it's just like one of my bank tunes pulls more than that, so that's kind of rough. 55,283 with Thrall. So Thrall did actually make more this week for us. They are actually now closing that gap. They're less than 100,000 behind Proudmore at this point. Proudmore's now almost at 800,000 at 792,000. Thrall is at 711,000, and we are now a little less than 8.5 million gold away from our goal here. We have 8,496,000, 23 gold left to make to reach our goal of gold cap. So we'll go ahead and put our our little sad I don't know, I got used to changing the keyboard. I didn't even need to change it at that time. 88,718 gold right there. And yeah, so we were going, we went up, we were up, went down, up, 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 down just a little bit, but you can still say these two are really good as still, and then down really low, unfortunately. But anyway, guys, that's just how it can be sometimes. I hope you guys are enjoying these cleanouts. I hope you guys are enjoying this series. Definitely make sure, if you are, you hit that thumbs up, let me know that you're liking the video. Make sure you hit the subscribe button and the bell so you don't miss the next one. And if you do want to join in and do some laps when we're doing these runs, you see we are actually going to be doing, like I mentioned, Stone Core, because we've already done these other ones. RFK, we're adding to our sales this week. Diorama, we've already completed though. Mechanar, we just completed. And Stone Core, we're starting tonight. Make sure you guys come and join me on Twitch. You can join in on the lax. You can just join in on the fun, watch it done live, and just see what we get. But anyway, guys, that will be it for this one. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and I hope to see you all in the next video.